Hey Playas, how you doing? Welcome back to Playas Guide. On this episode of Playas Guide, I'm going to give you a preview of Retro Game Con 7 and discuss my past experience this past weekend at Retro Game Con 7. So I woke up bright and early Saturday morning and drove myself to Syracuse and checked into the Crown Plaza Hotel, which was this round hotel. It was pretty neat. Then I went directly to Retro Game Con, and when I got there, I met up with the AtHomeDadGamer. Surprise! So we walked around the venue and we went to see what some of the different vendors were selling. There's lots of different art stuff, but there was more game vendors than past retro game cons. So I was really happy about that. But we wanted to scope things out first to get a feel for what the prices were like. And, we didn't want to go to one booth and then end up finding out that we paid like $10 more for a game than the booth, across from them. So we went and scoped all that out before we bought anything. So they had this really cool setup that was like an old retro game room with the NES playing. So we hit that up for some photo ops and just to, immerse ourselves in the atmosphere. They also had this section here, which had a bunch of indie games that different developers were showcasing, and you could check them out and play them. Here's At Home Daddy's playing one called Junk Punch, which kind of reminds me a bit of Shatterhand on the NES. I really like that one. Then Retrovision Games, you might recognize this guy, Gamester81, has been working on a game called Sydney Hunter. That's our friend Vayosu. His name's Richard. He goes by Vayosu. That's his handle online. We met up with him, and we all took turns playing this game, Sydney Hunter, and it is excellent. It was a lot of fun, and I think some of us are going to be picking that game up on the Switch. There's John playing it there. They had two TVs up. Then we went over to the 8-Bit Heroes NES Maker booth, Mystic Searches, whatever you want to call it. And we talked to Joe, who was showing us this artwork, which was concept art for the game, and he was pointing out how it related to, scenes and characters directly in the game, which was really cool. Then we got to meet up with Zai, who was hosting, as part of a team, a panel on chiptunes and game music in retro games, which was really cool. It was an eye-opening experience for me because there's so much different thought and mood that are put into so many different NES games that I really wasn't aware of before. So after Zai's panel was done, we went back and checked out some of the booths where we saw some games that had caught our eye earlier to see if we were there now that we knew where some of the deals were at. There's At Home Dad Gamer and Zai. They're picking out some NES games to knock off their lists that they had been looking for. And I picked up a few things too. They also had this auction there set off where they had some interesting stuff that they were auctioning off. So after the con that Saturday night, we hit up Dinosaur Barbecue, which is a local barbecue joint in Syracuse, and it was really busy. It's a hot spot there. The wait was over an hour. After we had our barbecue, we went back to the hotel room and hooked up the Switch and set up some Blazing Chrome. I haven't played Blazing Chrome before, so I was very happy to get the chance to finally play this game. I was looking at getting it, but I had such a huge backlog of games to play already that I don't know when I would ever get the chance. But At Home Dad Gamer brought his Switch with him on his trip, and so we all got to play Blazing Chrome, and we had a blast doing that. And then we installed the TV. If you stayed at that hotel and you were at the con, you would have seen that it was kind of hard to access um, the input there for the TV. So Sunday we went back to the con, walked around a bit to see if there was anything else that maybe we missed, you know. And then there was these guys here. They were all wearing gray hoodies and had brown hair and brown beards. I also have a brown beard and a gray hoodie, so I kind of walked around with them a little bit just to, you know, blend in. Right there they are again. Look at those guys. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna leave you now with a upcoming tune from Zai that he said I could use for this video. I'll leave a link to Bleep Bop Records, which is his record label that he produces chip tunes on. So, anyways, just enjoy some scenes here from Retro Game Con.